What happens when your favorite wrestling superstar returns, but doesn't look like the same person anymore? We're talking about legends who once had incredible physiques, but came back looking completely different. Some fans were shocked, some were disappointed, and some stories are honestly heartbreaking. Stay till the end because number one might surprise you. In professional wrestling, having a great body isn't everything, but let's be honest, it definitely helps. From larger-than-life giants to shredded athletes, WWE and other wrestling promotions have always showcased incredible physiques. But here's the thing, bodies change. Injuries happen, age catches up, personal struggles take a toll, and sometimes when wrestlers return after a break, they don't look the way fans remember them. Today we're counting down 10 wrestlers who made surprising comebacks. But we're clearly out of shape. Let's start with one of the most legendary names in wrestling, Chris Jericho. Jericho was never the biggest or most muscular guy, but he always stayed in good shape throughout his career. He had a balanced look that allowed him to compete with both smaller and larger wrestlers, but when he joined All Elite Wrestling, fans noticed something different. His body looked softer, heavier, and social media didn't hold back. Clips of his performances went viral, with many people criticizing his appearance. However, there was actually a reason behind this. Jericho later explained that he intentionally gained weight to appeal to Japanese wrestling fans, where a bigger, bulkier body is often seen as more powerful and main event worthy. And to his credit, it worked. Even better, in recent years, Jericho managed to get back into amazing shape again, proving that discipline and experience still matter. Next up is Triple H, a man known for having one of the most impressive physiques in wrestling history. For most of his career, Triple H looked like a machine, strong, muscular, and dominant. But around 2003-2004, fans noticed a slight change. He wasn't out of shape exactly, but compared to his earlier look, he had clearly lost muscle mass. The main reason? Injury. A serious groin injury made it difficult for him to train properly. And in wrestling, even a short break from intense workouts can lead to visible changes. Also, standing next to Batista didn't help. Batista was huge, explosive, and incredibly muscular, making Triple H look less impressive by comparison. Still, Triple H remained a top star despite the physical changes. Dustin Rhodes, also known as Goldust, has one of the most emotional journeys in wrestling. His struggles with addiction had a major impact on his life and his body. At one point, he gained significant weight and struggled to perform basic moves in the ring. During his time in TNA as Black Reign, his condition became very noticeable. His gear didn't fit properly, and his performance suffered badly. But behind all of this was a deeper issue, addiction. Thankfully, Dustin turned his life around. He became sober and rebuilt his career, earning respect from fans all over again. Few wrestlers had the charisma and presence of Scott Hall. As Razor Ramon, he was cool, confident, and physically impressive. But later in his career, especially during his time in TNA, things changed. Hall appeared visibly out of shape, with noticeable weight gain and lack of conditioning. However, the real issue wasn't just fitness. It was his ongoing battle with substance abuse. It affected his performances, his health, and ultimately his legacy. It's a reminder that sometimes what we see on the outside doesn't tell the full story. The Undertaker is one of the most iconic figures in wrestling history. Known for his dark character and intimidating presence, he always managed to look imposing, even if he wasn't always in peak shape. After returning in the early 2000s, fans noticed he had gained weight. This was also when he transitioned into the American Badass persona, wearing looser clothing that hid his physique. Unfortunately, his in-ring performance during that period wasn't his best either. Still, Undertaker later reinvented himself again and proved why he's considered a legend. Kane was once one of the most physically dominant wrestlers in WWE, but in 2018, during his return match at Crown Jewel, fans saw a very different version of Kane. He looked heavier, slower, and clearly not in peak condition. But there's a reason for that. He wasn't a full-time wrestler anymore. Kane was busy serving as the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee, balancing politics and occasional wrestling appearances. So naturally, maintaining a wrestler's physique wasn't his top priority anymore. Mick Foley was never known for having a perfect body, and he didn't need one. His style was based on toughness, storytelling, and sacrifice. But when he returned shortly after retirement in 2000, he clearly wasn't ready physically. He looked heavier, slower, and struggled throughout the match. Fans could see he was in pain, and the performance didn't match the level expected from a WrestleMania main event star. Still, Foley's legacy remains untouched, because his greatness was never about his physique. Jake Roberts had a unique look in the 1980s, slim, calm, and dangerous. But when he returned in 1996, things had changed. He had gained a significant amount of weight and struggled in the ring. While he was still entertaining on the mic, his physical condition became a concern. There were also rumors about personal struggles affecting his health. Despite everything, Jake Roberts remains one of the best storytellers in wrestling history. Sheamus is known for his incredible strength and conditioning. But in 2024, after returning from a long break, fans noticed he looked different. He appeared heavier and less defined than usual. Sheamus later admitted that he lost motivation after missing a major WrestleMania opportunity. He also mentioned enjoying food and relaxing more than usual during his break. But like a true professional, he worked hard to get back into shape again. At number 1, we have Matt Hardy. When he returned in 2011, fans were shocked. He looked completely different, with noticeable weight gain and a lack of conditioning. But this wasn't just due to lifestyle choices. Matt had been dealing with serious health issues, including abdominal problems and surgeries. Despite criticism, he handled it with humor, even joking about his appearance publicly. Over time, he improved and continued to entertain fans in his own unique way. So there you have it, 10 wrestlers who made surprising returns but weren't in the shape fans expected. But here's the important thing. Behind every physical change, there's usually a real story. Injuries, struggles, pressure, or life outside the ring. Wrestlers aren't just performers, they're human beings. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more wrestling content. And tell us in the comments, which transformation shocked you the most?